There comes a moment in many relationships when something changes. The man who once couldn't get enough of you starts to drift. His messages grow shorter, his plans become vaguer, and that warmth you used to feel begins to cool. You replay every moment in your mind, wondering if you said something wrong, if you became too much, or if he simply lost interest. The truth is rarely that simple. Attraction doesn't disappear overnight. It fades quietly, slowly, through patterns that seem harmless but chip away at the emotional polarity that keeps desire alive. Today, we explore the 7 subtle things women often do without realizing. The quiet killers of a man's attraction. Let's begin with the first. You treat his effort like it's expected. A man's effort is his language of affection. When he plans, helps, protects, or surprises you, it's how he shows interest. But when those gestures go unnoticed or are brushed off as normal, his desire begins to fade. Men fall for women who appreciate them, not women who expect them. The moment his actions become obligations, the relationship shifts from romance to duty. When he goes out of his way for you, pause. Look at him. Say thank you with your eyes, your touch, your tone. Let him feel that what he gives makes an impact. Appreciation is not weakness, it is emotional currency. It keeps the masculine energy engaged because it tells him your presence matters here. And when he feels valued, he gives more. Not because he must, but because he wants to. The second silent killer. You test him too much. Modern dating has taught many women that control equals safety. You test his consistency, his interest, his loyalty, thinking you are protecting your heart. You cancel plans to see if he will reschedule, act distant to see if he will chase or provoke jealousy just to measure his feelings. But healthy men do not chase tests. They walk away from them. When you test a man, you are telling him, I don't trust you, and I don't trust myself. The masculine energy thrives in clarity, not confusion. Every time you play a game, you replace attraction with exhaustion. You do not need to test a man who is aligned with you. You simply need to observe. Let his actions speak. Testing breeds tension. Observation breeds wisdom. When you replace games with grace, the right kind of man will always reveal himself. The third, you complain more than you appreciate. There's nothing that kills connection faster than constant criticism. Men don't crave perfect women. They crave peaceful women. They crave a space where they can exhale. When a man feels like every moment with you turns into a problem to solve, his attraction quietly retreats. It is not that your needs are invalid, it's how they are expressed. Instead of saying, you never take me out anymore, try. I miss our date nights. Let's plan something this week. The first tone blames. The second tone invites. Men don't respond to pressure. They respond to inspiration. A woman who makes him feel capable will always outshine the one who makes him feel inadequate. Complaining may feel justified, but it drains the emotional field. Appreciation feeds it. And when you feed connection with appreciation, attraction grows roots. The fourth, you try to fix him. He is charming, maybe a little rough around the edges. You see potential, and your nurturing nature awakens. You start guiding him, correcting him, advising him, not realizing that every word, though well-intentioned, whispers one message in his mind. You are not enough as you are. Men do not fall in love through correction. They fall in love through acceptance. When you try to shape him into your vision, he stops feeling safe to be himself. You cannot fix a man into fulfillment. If he evolves, it will be because he chose to, not because you instructed him to. The most powerful way to inspire change is by embodying what you wish to see. When you are grounded, graceful, and emotionally intelligent, he will naturally rise to match you. He doesn't need another teacher. He needs a witness. Someone who sees his light even when he doesn't. The fifth quiet killer. You overshare too soon. You meet him. The chemistry feels real. You talk for hours, and before you realize it, he knows your childhood trauma, your ex's mistakes, your insecurities, your entire emotional history. You think this kind of openness creates intimacy, but too much too soon erases mystery. Men fall for discovery, not exposure. Emotional connection is built gradually, like a story unfolding chapter by chapter. You can be real without being raw. You can be open without being emptied. Leave room for curiosity. Leave room for him to wonder who you are when you are not explaining yourself. Mystery is not manipulation. It is emotional maturity. It says, "My story is sacred, and I will reveal it when it feels right." The woman who shares wisely leaves space for his imagination to breathe, and that space is where attraction grows. The sixth, you lose your feminine energy by trying to control everything. So many women today are powerful, independent, and driven, and that is beautiful. But sometimes, in the pursuit of strength, they forget the beauty of softness. When you plan every date, manage every detail, correct every flaw, and anticipate every problem, you leave no room for him to lead. You leave no room for him to contribute. A man's attraction thrives when he feels needed, not because you are helpless, but because he gets to bring his strength into your world. Feminine energy does not mean weakness. It means flow. It means knowing when to receive, when to trust, when to surrender the need to control every outcome. Let him help. Let him surprise you. Let things unfold. When you soften, you make space for polarity. And polarity is the heartbeat of attraction. The seventh and quietest killer. You stop being the woman he fell for. When he met you, you were radiant. You had your own world, your own dreams, your own spark. You smiled without checking your phone. You dressed up because it made you feel alive. You were magnetic, not because of him, but because you were full of yourself in the best way. Then slowly, without noticing, you made him your center. You began revolving around his moods, his messages, his timing. Your passions dimmed, your confidence faded, and with it, the light that drew him in began to flicker. Men fall for women who have lives. They stay for women who keep them. When your identity shrinks to fit his attention, attraction dies. So bring yourself back. Do the things that remind you who you were before love made you smaller. Laugh again. Move again. Create again. Not to win him back, but to reclaim your own rhythm. Ironically, when you stop chasing him and start chasing your life, that is often the moment he feels your absence like gravity. Because men are not drawn to women who orbit them. They are drawn to women who make them reach. Every man desires peace, but he also desires polarity. He wants to feel challenged, admired, and free at the same time. The woman who keeps that balance, soft yet strong, loving yet independent, becomes unforgettable. If you recognize yourself in these patterns, do not judge yourself. Awareness is not punishment. It is power. You are not too much, too emotional, or too loving. You are simply learning to channel your energy in a way that inspires connection instead of controlling it. A high-value woman does not chase validation. She attracts it through self-mastery. She knows that true love does not come from testing, fixing, or performing. It comes from being in harmony with herself. When you treat effort with gratitude, when you replace tests with trust, when you speak with softness instead of complaint, when you lead with peace instead of control, you shift everything. The right man will not be drawn to the loudest energy in the room, but to the calmest one. The one who knows her worth so deeply that she does not have to prove it. And that woman, the one who moves with grace and presence, will never have to worry about who is chasing her. Because she has become the kind of woman every man hopes to find, and the kind no man ever forgets.